Well, I can't necessarily name just one, just because I think growing up, everyone's first coach is probably their dad. And my dad curled for years and years and got me out on the ice, and he was kind of my first coach. So I owe a lot to him. But once I got higher up the curling ranks, he stepped away, and I got, my inspirational coach, I guess, would be Jules Ochar. Curled with Kevin Martin for 8 years. Learned a lot from Jules on the mechanics side of the game, and how to be a semi-professional or an amateur athlete at this level. I owe a lot to him. But even at the same time, even though Kevin Martin was a teammate of mine, he was certainly one of my inspirational coaches. He taught me a lot, not just as much about being a teammate, but from a coaching aspect, he had so much more experience than us. So I take a lot away from what all those guys taught me.
For us coaches, I definitely would have to say it's the two guys that we have here at the Brier, our fifth man, Eric Carndon, and our coach, Tom Colton. Tom Colton was a guy who taught me the basics, and he's been such an amazing person in Sault Ste. Marie for curling. He recently told me that he spent 25 years teaching Learn to Curl for kids and now 15 years teaching Learn to Curl for adults, and he's finally packing it in. So that's 40 years of teaching kids and adults to learn how to curl. And when we were juniors, we had Eric Carndon as our coach, which is our fifth man, Ryan and EJ's dad. He's been amazing for us. He brought us up really in the game of curling and taught us a lot about strategy, being good teammates, etc. So those two guys have been huge inspirations for our team.
I'd be remiss to say Bob Sherrod. He was a huge influence on my career. He coached me all through juniors fairly well, Canada Games, a bunch of juniors. When we won the juniors back in 2004 in Victoria, when I curled with Ryan Sherrod. He's just one of those guys that would get us playing as technically well as possible. All the little things, he'd look after all the little things that would get us that extra shot in end. He was just amazing, a motivator, and just a great guy too. You could talk to him off the ice, and just talk about stuff even not about curling, and get you to relax in between games or in between spiels and things like that. So he's a great guy.
I've had a few that really stand out in my mind, but obviously it'd be my dad, Lyle. He's been following us around since I was about 7 years old, and spending 4 to 5 days a week at the rink with me. And I think the biggest reason he's the one is I always looked up to him growing up, watched him curl, and then the time he'd commit to us being better and getting better and getting to this level is unlike anyone else has ever done. So the time commitment that he put in, and he gave it all he had for us.
Dans ma vie, j'ai eu 3 entraîneurs qui m'ont été très utiles. Mon premier, c'est Claude Noël, un entraîneur d'Amos qui m'a montré comment jouer au curling. C'est lui qui m'a enseigné le début de la compétition, comment glisser. Je glissais pas de même quand j'étais plus jeune. Fait que c'est lui vraiment qui a été mon premier éducateur. Par la suite, il y a eu Michel Saint-Onge avec qui on a gagné le championnat du monde. Michel a été très bon avec nous au niveau psychologique puis bien nous préparer. Puis je dirais aussi mon troisième personne, ce serait mon père, Robert. Toujours coaché là, dans le baseball quand on était jeune, puis maintenant au curling. C'est une personne très calme, qui ne dit pas grand-chose, mais quand il dit de quoi, ça nous fait toujours réfléchir, puis ça nous prépare bien.